All right, let's take a look at a composition of functions. Composition of functions is when we are comparing more than one function through our basic operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. But before even that, we have to make sure we know how to read this. So if we take a look over at the left at what I'm putting in a box, that is not read as fog. That is read as f of g. And the same thing for the one over on the right. That is not goff. That is g of x, or just g of f, I should say. Now, usually we have a variable with it. Okay, so you aren't usually just going to see f with the open circle of g. What you're going to see, if we focus on the red one just because there's room, is you're usually going to see something like this, which really we're going to see it as g of f of x. Okay, this right here, this last one, is the way we see it most often. But we have to make sure we know how to, view it in all different ways and still solve it. So if I gave you the following two equations, if I said f of x is equal to x squared minus 1 and g of x is equal to the square root of x, and I said find f of g of 2, what you need to know is that you always work from the inside out, just like any other parentheses. Inside the parentheses first, then outside. So what we would need to do first is find g of 2. So g of 2 would equal the square root of 2. All I did is I put a 2 in for x in the function. Once we have that, that becomes our new value that we put into the f of x equation. So f of g of 2 will equal the square root of 2 squared minus 1. Look what I did. I took the square root of 2 and I put it in for this x value right there. From there, you just got to clean it up and solve it. So let's see, the square root of 2 squared is 2 minus 1 will equal 1. Therefore, f of g of 2 equals 1. Let's look at the second one. Okay, in this one, we're looking for g of f of negative 4, which can be rewritten as following. So in this one, we have to find f of negative 4 first. So f of negative 4 is equal to negative 4 squared minus 1, which equals 16 minus 1, which is 15. Then we have to take the 15 and put it in the g of x equation. So that would end up being the square root of 15, which means that what would it be? G of f. Wow, that's messy. Let me try writing that one again so you can actually understand what I am saying. Let's try it again. So we can say g of f of negative 4 is equal to the square root of 15. Now for the last one, f of g, there's no x value. So all we're saying is that this ends up, we're putting in the square root of x for x squared. So we get the square root of x squared minus 1, which just becomes x minus 1.